Hello, welcome to our June edition of Wellness Wednesday. I'm your host, Bonnie Schnautz, naturopathic doctor, digestive health specialist, and founder of Be Renewed Wellness Solutions. Today I have the honor of speaking with Denise Romney. And um, the reason I felt that this conversation was so key is because, of course, I work with women, typically 40 plus. And I constantly hear, I can't afford it. I don't have resources. I have to use insurance, or I can't afford to do fun things with my kids. They can't take vacation. And it's heartbreaking. And so when I met Denise, I knew that this is someone I wanted to interview because she is able to help women. Our topic today is heart-led hustle, turning what you love into income. And let me tell you just a little bit about Denise before I ask her to share her story. Um, Denise is the founder of the CEO Mama Club, and she's been 25 years in the network marketing space. She's built three companies to the top level. She's currently leading a powerhouse team in Make Wellness. She's a mom of five located in Southern Indiana and built her business while raising her babies. And she's known for helping moms create residual income online without burnout, which that in itself is a challenge, right? And she's very passionate about her faith, about freedom, and raising her kids with presence. She teaches a plug and play system and that you can scale without feeling, kind of we call salesy or spammy. Denise, welcome. And I'm excited for our audience to hear your story.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm going to share some of my story that you've never heard today, Bonnie.
Okay, good. I'm
And it's
excited.
just an honor to be here because, there's many of us mamas out there that want to be with our babies,
Mhm.
want to say yes, want to make more memories, but we're like, but how? And it is like bombardment out there in the world of all these voices. I mean, if you're on Instagram and you've ever searched it, you're getting it. You're getting all the things. And some of them feel icky or unethical. Um, but before we really jump into that, I want to share a little bit more of my backstory because it will all make sense. Um,
Okay.
because, well, first of all, for anyone that is listening, I'm going to guess that you'll probably relate to this a little bit. I call it the entrepreneurial spirit. Okay. So it's that fire that shows up early, usually in your life when something it kind of clicks and you realize, "Ooh, I could create something or maybe do something more for myself." And that probably showed up for me when I was 12.
Wow.
So my girlfriend invited me to go to Mexico with her family. And I was all like, Mom, can I go? Can I go? She goes, if you can get the money for the plane ticket, you can go. I'm like, I have 20 bucks and I have a week. How am I going to do this? Now, my parents were entrepreneurs too. So I think they kind of knew they were going to spark this in me. I went to Target. I spent 20 bucks. By the end of the week, back then, I had over $250. I was able to get a plane ticket. Like, that drove me. I was like, how can someone now, I wasn't very good at school. I struggled with my grades, but here I
Mm.
am like hustling and making it happen. Now, some of you, I feel like some women may have that sparked when maybe they did Girl Scouts, right? Like you were
Mhm.
that one that wanted to win the prize or be first or really competitive. You just have determination and drive.
Mhm.
It's not like you have to be the best, but you have determination and drive. And so, um, so that first triggered my entrepreneurship. But then later in my life, my only dream was ever to be a stay-at-home mom. But I found out that I had some health issues. I had polycystic ovarian syndrome. I was struggling to get pregnant. Um, but I knew if I focused on nutrition, I might be able to change that. And so I
Mhm.
became obsessed with it. It was again drive, determination. I wanted that baby so bad, but I
Mhm.
wasn't thinking past having the baby. I was just thinking about getting pregnant and having the baby. So then when I did get pregnant and I had to leave the baby, I literally cried for weeks. I could not
Um,
believe I had a baby and then someone else is going to be raising him. Like
mhm.
I worked from 10 in the morning till 7 at night. Like literally,
Wow.
like when do babies sleep? Like go to bed at 7. I really wasn't seeing him. So Um, that's when like I found out about network marketing now. The old school network marketing that I call it old school, home parties, events, cooking classes, scrapbooking or something like that. And that wasn't really for me, but I did learn a lot of skills by doing that.
Hmm.
And I learned how to overcome health issues. I ended up getting divorced, almost bankrupt, and that money that was coming in from doing those and learning the skills and kind of the hard knocks of all of that helped me not have to go live at home with my parents again. So I am a driven, dedicated mama that just loves her children, loves being with them. And when I put my mind to something and I really want it, probably just like you listening, you're going to make it happen.
Right.
So that's what happened. I turned that passion of overcoming my health issues into profit by helping other people. I aligned with affiliates and marketing and like code sharing and products so that I could keep sharing my story, helping women get healthy, but then I could also make an income. And then I realized my true, true purpose and passion was to help other women not only
Mm.
be healthy, but be able to say yes and be home with their babies if they wanted to as well.
Wow. And that's powerful. I love that you took it beyond yourself. And so I think that's key. And I picked up on that entrepreneurial spirit. Interestingly enough, I had it, but I kept thinking something's wrong with me. I worked in the corporate world. Like it was like every 4 years, I'd leave. I wasn't satisfied. I kept looking and I kept looking. And I share that. So if you are in the corporate world and you think there's something wrong with you, I took an assessment and the gal that facilitated said, your score is the highest I've ever seen and it's higher than mine. And, she thought, she was the entrepreneur. And I was like, I had no idea. So I love that. That really resonated with me. And two words you mentioned are determination and drive. So a couple of questions I have. So you mentioned a couple, you mentioned network marketing and you mentioned sharing codes, which I believe is like an affiliate model. And so can you differentiate between those two, first of all? And I'm just going to say this up front because I think this is so important for people to hear because so this is going to like kind of add on to what's the difference, but I'm going to go ahead and tag this on because why do those network marketing direct sales, why do they have such a bad reputation, especially
Mhm.
today and back when I think most of us women, I think everybody that we knew was part of Mary Kay, and it wasn't considered a bad thing at all. So why, so tell me the difference and why do you think there's a stigma for people?
Okay, well, I will try. I don't have a stigma when it comes to network marketing because I feel
I was,
like it's such a service-led business.
mhm.
Like you're not going to grow a business or a team unless you're serving. And so if you have that in mind, then you can do well. If you're just trying to sell something and make money, you're probably not going to do well. But if you're here to help and serve and you take your purpose and your passion, you're aligned right, you can soar. I think most people are think, oh, I don't want to make money from my friends. There are some products out there are so overly priced and then they're like, I'm gonna make that much money off my friend. I feel bad about it. So I think to like values, if you find something that's aligns with that, we can talk about that later if you want. Um, but that's kind of probably some of the stigma. Probably some people have done it wrong. Sorry. I mean, like they say you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, but I think
You-
you can.
Yeah.
I think you can approach people. You can be too pushy. If you're trying to sell
Mhm.
something and you're not serving them, and if it doesn't
Mhm.
solve a problem, that's when you get into that icky zone,
Yeah. And I
right?
think for me, it's not building a relationship. If you come at me, and I've had people that I say, just please stop. Like, if you're not
Mhm.
going to be a friend and a human first, we're not going to play in this arena. I mean,
Right.
because like I said, that's important is having a true relationship. I think another misconception, I think number one, they don't understand. If they've never been in one, and you and I have been in several, right? And some good, some not so good. And I think they have that old fashioned, oh, it's a pyramid scheme and only people at the top make money. And there were companies that were cited for that, very few companies, and I probably only say maybe one, maybe there's more, but so I think that, but if you, how I explain it to them, if someone asks, I say, really that true model is only, that's only true in the corporate world. Because if I'm a team member, on your team, I can make more money than you can. Nothing is holding me back, correct? So
Yeah.
I think that it's just a total misunderstanding and not really understanding what the true, and if you understood that, if you truly knew that you're not waiting on your boss to give you a raise, you give yourself a raise, like why would anyone not want to embrace this? So, okay, awesome. And then what's the difference between network marketing and affiliate marketing?
Yeah. Well, and I think, and my brain is like, I've got all kinds of ideas. Okay, network marketing. So we got network marketing and affiliate marketing, right? So network marketing usually is everyone helps everyone. And you're talking about like climbing that corporate ladder or whatever like that. So I undiagnosed dyslexia, probably undiagnosed like attention issues, whatever. I just get excited. Um, but also no degree. I have no degree. I've never spent a day in college. I'm a hands-on person. I'm servant. That's my love language is service. So network marketing allows people to build team and train them. So essentially, you find a product that you love, you share it with people because it's going to solve a problem, and then you teach people how to do that. And when you teach them and they're successful, you get a very small percentage of what they sell. Essentially,
Mhm.
you're getting paid to train them. So some people, I don't know why, do have an aversion to that, but I love it. I mean, I absolutely love it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I get paid to help other women make money.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
And you know what? Which is interesting about that is that I have family members who are managers, quite a few, and they all get paid on a percentage of their team in the corporate world. Hmm,
So it's
interesting.
so really similar. The only difference really between network marketing and like the real world is as a network marketer, I can go to the top, I can surpass other people, and it doesn't matter my background or my degree. Now, affiliate marketing, there's so many differences. Okay, network marketing, you don't have to have a big influence, you don't have to have a huge social media following. Really, purpose and passion. If you can go out there and serve, you'll be great and you will build it. Where affiliate marketing, you usually need to have a huge influence already. They give you codes, you don't build team. Um, you have links that they give you. Sometimes those links expire, sometimes they don't. Sometimes the percentage they pay you is ridiculously small. It can be
Exactly.
as little as 1%. And you only get paid on the first order, not the reorders. Those are the basics that really, like for me, when someone says they're network marketing or affiliate marketing, I'm like, okay, but what are you getting paid? What's your percentage? How long's your link last? Do you get bonuses if you tell other people? Do you get paid on the reorders? Those are things that I ask when I'm looking at things to market. And I want to circle back. I've built 3 network marketing businesses to top
Mhm.
level, um, and made 6 figures doing so. And I absolutely love network marketing. Some people do not want to build a team, so affiliate marketing could be better for them. Even people like yourself, Bonnie, you're a professional, you have products that you're going to recommend. An affiliate marketing program where you're just selling the product and not building team can sometimes be more beneficial to someone like that. It
Mhm.
just really depends on what you're looking for and what you like
Yeah.
doing and if you align with the products and things like that.
Okay, thank you. That's very helpful. So, and something I hear a lot is I can't sell. I hate selling. I hate being sold to. So how do you overcome that?
Well, I think we've talked a little bit about that too, that relationship building.
Yeah.
Um, you you cannot find out what their need or desire is or even solve their problem if you haven't built the relationship. I mean, I have to just be asking questions.
Hmm.
Some of my top questions, I do a lot of social media, so I do attraction marketing through my social media, getting people to ask me questions or raise their hand for information. But even then, I'm not like, here's a link. I'm like, okay, tell me what's going on. How long have you been dealing with that? What kind of things have you tried? And I'm like, okay, this sounds like this would be is or isn't a perfect solution for you. Could be the product or the business. And then we're going to keep moving forward in that conversation. Some of my very best connections, my very best friends, uh, are in my team with me, and that's because we have built that relationship. I know about them, their family, I know about their dreams, right? And being in sales, again, is service. And if you lead from your heart, you can never go wrong.
Right. I
So that's how
100% agree. Yeah. I
you know,
love
if you like people, you like sales.
exactly. And I love sales. And when people say that, it breaks my heart. I'm like, oh, that's too bad. But
I
anyways,
know,
to each his
like
own,
I
right?
love
So
it. I mean,
yeah.
seriously, you're
And
just gonna go out and help people all day.
yeah.
Service
Yeah.
makes people happy.
Exactly, exactly. It's what we're supposed to do, right? So you
Mhm.
mentioned some of the your key passions are faith and freedom, and I think the freedom comes in where you can work. A lot of people want to work, quote, remote. Remote work means you're tied to your desk for most. Some of them like monitor how often you're moving your mouse, and if your mouse stops moving, you get either written up or your pay docked or whatever. I don't know what exactly. I've heard horror stories about that. So you're basically tethered to your desk at home. Now, does it beat driving in, 6 lanes of traffic and risking your life and having to pay parking fees, which are all the things that we would have to do here, which gets extremely expensive and wear and tear in your car. um, so however, but with this, right, you're not just working from your computer desk, correct? Can you do everything from your phone with most
Yeah, I
computers?
do. I mean, today I was at the park with the kids already. Took the dog to his walk training,
Yeah,
process. And watched the kids play while I did a little bit of work from my phone. So there are advantages to working from home and there's disadvantages. If you don't have that drive and determination, it's going to be hard for you. You've got to really dig in and say, okay, what is my purpose here? Why am I really doing this? Um, Getting out of debt and paying the bills, okay, you have to do that. It has to be done. But man, there has to be something deeper behind it. There's usually always a why that's so deep that motivates you. When you put your feet on the ground, you cannot be stopped. Mine is to help mom stay home. I never want someone to sit in that cubicle, be crying and thinking someone else is raising their babies or they can't say yes to something. You know, wow, like all the stories.
yeah,
I've
yeah,
seen so many people be limited in their life, not be able to go on vacations or not be able to go see a loved one because of money holding them back, not filling the gas tank even. Just the
yeah.
stress of not being
Food.
able to say yes or checking your checkbook all the time. Like I was there, I was cutting the coupons and doing all the things and it's stressful.
Yeah, yeah.
It's stressful.
Finances. Yeah,
Yeah, money
finances
doesn't
are the
buy happiness, but it buys memories and it buys
piece.
relief from the stress. So yes, you can do this anywhere. If you have Wi-Fi and a phone, you can work on it. I've done it in the car line, I've done it at the pool, I've done it on the beach. Usually I recommend that people can find a minimum of 30 minutes a day. If you want to be like full time and do this as a career, I would say 2 to 3 hours a day when you have a really big team. So you're gonna like find that you work your way up into spending that much time on it. And some days you'll spend more than that, and some days you won't work at all. Like you get
Right.
to be really flexible in that. I think that's probably one of my favorite things. Um, in fact, my niece and nephew are here today. My nephew called and he said, "Can you watch my kids?" I'm like, "Yeah, bring them over. It's fine. I got a call at 11:30. I got this. It's no big deal. Let them get on electronics for a couple, minutes." So the flexibility, the freedom that it brings, not just for the woman that wants to stay at home, but potentially your spouse as well. That person that wants to be with you and your children too.
Yeah,
Why wait until everyone's retired and all the kids are gone? No, I'm not going to
exactly.
wait to make
Yeah,
memories and go
right.
do things with my family. So,
Exactly. 100% agree. And I love what you said, working from home or working from phone. You mentioned drive and determination. I think another D word in there has to be discipline. People tell me that all the time. You are so disciplined. Like I've been doing this for 16 years, and it's just I wake up, come right to my home office, or like you said, sometimes I'm, sitting somewhere else in a coffee shop, and we're working on our own terms. And as you mentioned, 2 to 3 hours a day beats the heck out of 8 to 10 hours a day. So I can't imagine anyone would complain. So you talked about getting to raise your own children. Of course, if your children are already grown, you're just starting this. Here's my, when I first started, my goal, I had a wellness center, of course, as you know, in Indiana, and a physical location. And I wanted to be a stay-at-home dog mom, because my kids were already grown and I just wanted to be at home with my puppy dog. Now I could have brought him in, of course, it was my wellness center, but just a lot of, too much going on and having to worry about, the pay or the clients and team and all that. So that was one of my goals. So whatever it is, whether it's your kids or your grandkids, this is an opportunity for you to be at home. And the greatest thing for me that I love that last year I put 3,700 miles on my car in an entire year. That's it. So it saves a ton. And like I said, in fuel wear and tear, oil changes, you name it, maintenance, it's amazing and less risk on the highway, of course. So,
Well, and Bonnie, you said a home office. If you guys have a dedicated home office, there's tax write-offs.
and
In
that was
fact,
my next
it
question.
was? Oh my gosh.
Let's talk about tax
Okay,
write-offs.
let's. Well, I mean, I talked to a personal, and I'm like an investment guy. You know, he's
A
like, everyone should
CPA
have a
or
home business. Every single person should have a home-based business because of the advantages in tax that it
Mhm.
gives you. I
Huge.
mean I mean, obviously, I have had 5 children and I've never paid for daycare. I have always been home. I've always worked around their schedule. If daddy would come home and then I'd be like, "Hey, I made dinner. Let's eat. You clean up. I'll go work for a little bit, hang out with the kids." Dads deserve time with the kids too, or the puppy or whatever, right? Or time alone. But I saved on all kinds of expenses by not having to be outside the home.
Mhm.
But the tax write-offs are amazing. And then as you start to actually really make money, you can talk to a tax CPA, an investment guy. Like
Um,
I actually rent my own home from my business and pay my home mortgage. So I also pay my children to do my chores that I don't want to do instead of hiring someone, and I can pay them and I get to write that off as well.
yeah,
So
that's
it's
brilliant.
really, really cool, all the advantages that you have. Of course, talk to a CPA or tax
Yes.
person. They're
In
gonna
your
know all the
state,
rules in
yeah.
your place because I cannot give tax advice, but it is amazing the things that you can do. I think oh gosh, thousands of dollars that
Oh,
we
I,
save
I agree
every year.
100%. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
my phone is a write-off. My internet is a write-off. I can't work without my internet.
Yeah.
So those things alone,
Product, the product we use.
the products, yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I love that. Yeah. And you talk about, could be lunches out a lot of, times, if you forget, some people bring their lunch, but, most of the time you get caught up in that environment and you're eating out all the time. Clothing, oh gosh, all the expenses. I always joke and say I'm mostly dressed from the waist up. So I only have to buy 50% of my clothing, the waist down. It could be, my gym shorts and barefoot. So,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
barefoot. I am barefoot
So
right now.
we've covered a lot, and I think, like I said, some key things that stood out to me that you shared today were all about purpose and passion, finding what that is. If you don't know what that is, you can, contact Denise or contact me, and we can. I think that's something that we both have in common is helping women understand what their true calling is, what their gifts are, and Denise and I work together as a team as well, and that's what I love. We were friends through a company, a network marketing company. That's how we connected. And we have been friends for many years ever since. And we both achieved that top rank. We were able to celebrate that together with our families. And those are memories that are so precious that are burned in my brain of her and her husband standing on stage with her 5 children. I had my children were all grown, so I had my siblings, my grown siblings, of course, were there with me and my husband, and so that was just an incredible experience to feel that. And that's something a lot of women don't get at home. They don't get recognition. They don't have that sense of fulfillment that they're making a difference. And a lot of I try to funnel a lot of my resources that I get to not-for-profit organizations, whether that's trafficking, whether that's animal rights, animal shelters. Whatever's important to you is where you can direct your resources. So we are out of time. So Denise, I want to thank you so much for talking to us about how to turn our passion into what we love and into income and what's worked for you. Yeah, we just thank you immensely for your time and your energy and for your heart and your passion for helping other moms stay at home with their babies if that's their goal. So, okay.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And I have a resource too if anyone needs it, like how to pick the right company that's
Oh,
right for you. So if you need that, just reach out. Bonnie and I will get it for you.
okay. We'll drop that in the comments when we post it. That would be an incredible resource. I would love to see that as well. So, okay, Denise, thank you so much. And thanks everybody for being with us and watching June's edition of Wellness Wednesday.